Hello, everyone, and welcome to Global English Talks. I'm Susan, and I'm really happy you are here with us today.
And I'm Mark. Thanks for pressing play. This podcast is for you if you want to improve your English in a calm and natural way.
Here, we talk about daily life, simple situations, and real conversations. No stress, no difficult grammar explanations, just easy listening and friendly voices.
Yes, we speak clearly, we use simple English, and we focus on helping you understand real conversations that you can use in your life.
Today's episode is about asking for directions. It sounds simple, but it can feel scary when you are in a new place and you don't know where to go.
By the end of this episode, you will feel more confident asking someone for help in English, whether you are in a big city or a small town.
So relax, take a deep breath, and imagine you are sitting here with us in the studio.
Let's start this conversation together.
Mark, I have to tell you something. Last month, I got completely lost in a new shopping mall in my own city. It was huge. I just wanted a coffee, and suddenly I was walking in circles.
That's funny, because that happened to me too. I was traveling in another city 2 years ago. It was late afternoon, almost sunset, and I was trying to find the train station. My phone battery was at 2%.
Oh no, that is the worst moment for your battery to die.
Exactly. I remember standing on a quiet street. There were orange lights from the street lamps, and I felt a little nervous. I saw a woman walking her dog, and I thought, okay, I need to ask her.
Did you feel shy?
A little. Even though I speak English well, I still felt that small fear. What if I don't understand her answer? What if she speaks too fast?
Yes, that fear is very real. Sometimes asking for directions is not just about language, it's about courage. You have to stop someone, look at them, and say, "Excuse me?"
And sometimes we avoid it. We pretend to know where we're going. We walk confidently, but in the wrong direction.
I have done that. I once walked 5 extra minutes just because I didn't want to ask for help. It sounds silly now, but in the moment, it feels serious.
So let me ask you something, Susan. When was the last time you felt lost, not only in a place, but in a situation?
That's a deep question. I think many listeners know that feeling, not knowing where to go and not knowing how to ask.
And that is why today's topic is more important than it looks.
So today we are talking about asking for directions, not just the words, but the feeling behind it. That small moment when you stop and say, "Excuse me, can you help me?"
Yes, this is something very practical. You can use it when you travel, when you move to a new city, or even when you visit a new building for a job interview.
And it is also great listening practice, because when someone gives you directions, they speak naturally. They say things like go straight, turn left, next to, or across from. It's real English.
Sometimes it is fast English too. People do not always speak slowly, so learning how to stay calm and listen carefully is very important.
And let's be honest, many learners understand English in a classroom, but outside, in the street, with cars passing and people talking, it feels very different.
That's true. Real life is noisy. Real life is not perfect. So today, we want to help you feel more ready for that moment.
If you enjoy this kind of episode where we talk about real situations and simple language, make sure you follow Global English Talks.
Yes, follow the podcast so you never miss an episode. Each week, we explore a new daily life topic to help you grow your listening skills.
And today, we will break this topic down slowly and clearly, step by step.
By the end, asking for directions will feel much more natural, not scary, not stressful, just normal.
So, Mark, let's start simple. What does asking for directions really mean?
In very simple words, it means asking someone how to go from one place to another place. You are here, you want to be there, and you need help to know the way.
Yes, it's about moving. It's about location. You are in a physical place, like a street, a train station, a hospital, or a cafe, and you do not know how to reach your destination.
And the important part is this: you are asking another person for information. So it is not just about streets and buildings, it's also about communication.
That's true. When you ask for directions, you start a small conversation. You say something polite, you explain what you need, then you listen carefully.
And sometimes you ask again. Maybe you say, "Sorry, can you repeat that?" Or, "Do I turn right after the bank?" So it becomes a short exchange.
I like that word, exchange, because both people give something. You give a question, the other person gives time and information.
Exactly. And it usually happens in normal, everyday moments. You might be standing on a busy sidewalk at 3 p.m., cars passing, people walking fast, or maybe you're inside a quiet library looking for the second floor.
Or you are in an airport at 6 in the morning, you're tired, you're holding your suitcase, and you cannot find gate 24.
So asking for directions is not just a sentence, it's a small social action. It shows trust. You trust that the other person will help you.
And when you learn how to do this in English, you are not just learning words, you are learning how to move through the world with more confidence.
Yes, it's a simple skill, but it opens many doors, literally and emotionally.
Mark, I was thinking about something. Asking for directions is a little like holding a folded paper map on a windy day.
Oh, I like that image. Tell me more.
Imagine you are standing on a street corner. It's Saturday morning, the wind is strong. You open your paper map, but it keeps folding the wrong way. You see many lines, many names, many small streets. It feels confusing.
Yes, and you try to understand it alone. You turn the map left and right, you look at the buildings around you, but nothing matches in your head.
Exactly. Then someone next to you says, "Do you need help?" And suddenly that big, confusing map becomes simple. They point with their finger and say, "You are here. The museum is 2 blocks that way."
So the map did not change, the streets did not change, but your understanding changed.
Yes. Asking for directions is like inviting someone to stand next to you and look at your map together. You are not alone with the wind anymore.
I love that, because many times when we do not ask, it feels like we are fighting the wind alone. We feel small in a big city.
And when we finally say, "Excuse me," it is like holding the map steady for a moment. The world slows down. The lines make sense.
Also, when someone explains the way, they use simple signs. Turn left at the bakery. Go straight until the traffic light. It becomes human, not just lines on paper.
That's important. Directions are not just about north and south. They are about real things. A red door, a tall tree, a blue sign.
So maybe asking for directions is not a sign of weakness. Maybe it is a smart way to make the map clearer.
Yes, and in English, that small moment of asking can turn confusion into clarity, just like someone holding the corner of your map so it does not fly away. Okay, let's talk about something practical. If someone is standing on a street and feels lost, what is the first small step they can take?
I think the first tip is simple but powerful. Start with a polite opening. For example, "Excuse me," or "Hi, can I ask you something?" This small sentence changes everything. Last summer, I was in a train station in Berlin. A man walked up to me and said only, "Station." It felt confusing, but 5 minutes later, another person said, "Excuse me, could you help me find platform 3?" I felt more ready to help because it sounded respectful.
That's true. The words are not difficult, but the tone matters. When you start politely, people relax, and when they relax, they speak more clearly. So tip 1 is not about perfect grammar, it is about kindness.
Exactly. And tip 2 is this: be specific about your destination. Instead of saying, "Where is it?" say, "Where is the nearest bus stop?" or "How can I get to the city museum?" One evening in Madrid, I asked a shop owner, "Where's the station?" He looked confused and asked, "Which station?" I forgot there were 2 train stations in that area.
That happens a lot. Cities are big. Words can be general. When you give more detail, you help the other person help you. It saves time and reduces confusion.
Tip 3 is about listening. When someone gives directions, focus on key words. You may not understand every word. That's okay. Listen for action words like turn,
go straight, cross, or behind. I remember standing near a small park at night trying to find a hostel. The woman spoke fast, but I caught second right and after the bridge. That was enough.
Yes, you do not need to understand 100%. You just need the main path. And if you are not sure, you can ask a follow-up question. That is tip 4. Confirm what you heard. You can say, "So I go straight and then turn left at the bank, right?" This shows you are paying attention.
And it gives the other person a chance to correct you. It becomes teamwork.
I like that word. Teamwork on the sidewalk. 2 strangers, 1 small mission.
Exactly. Asking for directions is not a test. It is a short collaboration to help you move forward.
Mark, I want to talk about something important. Sometimes when we are lost, we panic, we walk faster, we feel pressure. But maybe the best thing to do is to stop for a moment.
Yes, stopping can feel strange. It feels like you're wasting time, but sometimes it actually saves time.
I remember one afternoon in Lisbon. It was hot, around 3 o'clock. I was looking for a small bookstore in an old neighborhood with narrow streets. I kept walking up and down hills. I felt tired and a little embarrassed. Finally, I sat down on a bench near a small fountain.
What happened then?
I took a deep breath. I drank some water, I looked around slowly instead of quickly, and I realized I was reading the street signs too fast before. When I calmed down, the names made more sense.
That is such a good example. When we are stressed, our brain feels noisy. It's like trying to listen to directions while loud music is playing inside your head.
Exactly. Rest is like turning that music down. Even 1 minute can help. You can stand still, you can look at your phone calmly, or you can think about the last instruction you heard.
I once stood outside a subway station in Tokyo during rush hour. People were moving very fast. I felt small in the crowd. Instead of asking immediately, I stepped to the side, near a wall, and just watched for a minute. I saw where most people were going. That helped me understand the direction.
So resting is not giving up, it's giving your mind space.
Yes, if you feel confused, you can pause, breathe, then ask again if you need to.
Learning English is the same. You do not need to rush every conversation. Calm listening is powerful listening.
And sometimes the quiet moment before you speak makes your question clearer and stronger.
Okay, Mark, let's take a small word tour. I'll say a word and you help us understand it clearly. The first word is intersection.
Great word. An intersection is a place where 2 or more streets cross each other. Imagine you are walking and suddenly the road splits into 4 directions. That crossing point is an intersection. For example, you can say, "Turn left at the next intersection." It matters because many directions start from that crossing point. If you miss the intersection, you may walk too far.
Nice. The next word is block.
A block is the distance between 2 intersections on the same street. It's like one piece of a street between corners. For example, walk 2 blocks and you will see the bank on your right. This word is useful because people often give directions using blocks instead of meters or kilometers. It feels more natural in daily conversation.
Good. Now the word across.
Across means on the opposite side. If something is across from you, it is directly on the other side of the street or space. For example, the pharmacy is across from the supermarket. This word helps you understand position. It tells you to look straight ahead, not left or right.
Next word is behind.
Behind means at the back of something, not in front. For example, the cafe is behind the library. So you might see the library first, and then you walk around it to find the cafe. This word matters because sometimes places are hidden from the main street.
Good explanation. The next word is nearby.
Nearby means close, not far away. If someone says there is a bus stop nearby, it means you can probably walk there in a short time. It gives comfort. It tells you that you are not far from your destination.
I like that. Okay, next word, corner.
A corner is the point where 2 streets meet. It is similar to an intersection, but we often use it to describe a specific spot. For example, the bakery is on the corner. That means it is right at that turning point. This word is common in directions, especially in cities.
Last word for today, straight.
Straight means without turning. You continue in the same direction. For example, go straight for 5 minutes. This word is very simple, but very important. If you turn too early, you will get lost. So when someone says straight, they want you to stay on that same path.
These small words are simple, but they are powerful.
Yes, when you understand these words, directions become much clearer and less stressful.
Okay, listeners, now we want to give you a small challenge. Nothing scary, just something simple you can imagine or try today.
Yes, I want you to picture a real place, maybe a park in your city, maybe a shopping center, or maybe the street where you live.
Now, imagine a tourist is standing next to you. It is Saturday morning, the sun is out. The tourist looks a little confused and says, "Excuse me, how can I get to the nearest bus stop?"
What would you say? Try to answer in English. You can speak out loud, even if you are alone in your room.
Use simple sentences. For example, go straight for 1 block. Then turn right at the corner. The bus stop is across from the bank.
Don't worry about perfect grammar. Focus on clear steps, clear action words, clear landmarks.
And here is a second part of the challenge. Think about the last time you were lost somewhere. Maybe it was a small street. Maybe it was inside a large building.
How did you feel in that moment? Nervous, embarrassed, calm? Did you ask someone or did you try to solve it alone?
Take 1 minute later today to describe that moment in English. You can say, "Last year I was in a new city. I felt confused. I asked a man near a cafe for directions."
This small reflection helps you connect language with real life, and when language connects to memory, it becomes stronger.
So your mission is simple. Imagine giving directions and remember a moment when you needed them.
2 small exercises, big impact on your confidence.
Now let's make this practical. We want to give you 4 small daily action steps. Simple things you can really do.
Yes, step 1 is this: learn your own neighborhood in English. Tomorrow, when you walk outside, describe it in your head. You can say, the bakery is next to the pharmacy, the bus stop is across from the park. This helps you practice direction words in a place you already know.
I love that. It feels safe because you are not lost, you're just translating your world into English.
Step 2, watch a short video with directions in English, maybe a travel vlog or a city tour. Listen carefully to how people explain the way. Notice the phrases they repeat, like on your left or at the end of the street.
And don't just listen. Pause the video and repeat 1 or 2 sentences. Say them out loud. Your mouth needs practice too, not only your ears.
Step 3, practice polite openings. Stand in front of a mirror and say, "Excuse me, could you help me?" Say it slowly, then say it naturally. This may feel funny, but it builds confidence.
Yes, confidence grows in small, private moments. So when the real moment comes, you're ready.
And step 4, try a real micro-interaction. If you're in a safe place like a mall or a station, even if you know the answer, ask a simple question like, "Excuse me, where is the restroom?" It is not about the information, it's about practicing the courage.
These 4 steps are small, but if you do them regularly, asking for directions will feel normal.
Not a big event, just another conversation in your day.
So, today we talked about asking for directions. It sounds simple, but we saw that it's more than words.
Yes, it's about communication, courage, and staying calm when you feel a little lost.
We defined it in a very clear way. It is the act of asking someone how to go from where you are to where you want to be.
Yes, and then we explored that image of the paper map in the wind. When you ask for help, it's like someone holding the corner of the map so it stops flying around.
We also shared 4 important tips. Start politely, be specific about your destination, listen for key words, and confirm what you heard.
And we talked about something many people forget. Resting for a moment is not wasting time. When you pause and breathe, your mind becomes clearer.
We also learned useful words like intersection, block, across, behind, nearby, corner, and straight.
These are small words, but they make directions much easier to understand.
Finally, we gave you a mini challenge and some daily action steps to practice in real life.
Step by step, conversation by conversation, your confidence grows.
And one day, asking for directions in English will feel natural, almost automatic.
Like walking with a clear map in your hands.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today on Global English Talks. We really enjoy these simple, honest conversations with you.
Yes, and remember, learning English is not about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to speak, even if your voice shakes a little.
The next time you feel lost in a new place, think about this episode. Take a breath, start with, "Excuse me," and trust that you can handle the conversation.
Every small interaction makes you stronger. One question, one answer, one short exchange on a busy street.
If this episode helped you, please follow the podcast and share it with a friend who is also learning English.
And come back next time. We will talk about another real-life situation to help you improve your listening skills in a natural way.
Until then, keep practicing, keep listening, and keep moving forward.
See you in the next episode.